This deep fear of missing out the opportunity of the decade. I experienced it even before this AI gold rush. And this is a story of how I lost millions by thinking short term and not having the long term goals and plans. In my 8-year entrepreneurial journey, I tried different business models within the different niches. The first one was Amazon FBA. In 2017, I was still playing professional hockey and had some money saved up because I come from a good middle class family. And I already knew that I'm going to quit. So started to explore this online business opportunities. And you can actually see some of the photos right here where I was doing the photo shoots for the Scratch Off World Map, which was my first product. Obviously, within a year, I lost all the money and then started to do the freelancing for the people who were more experienced on Amazon than me, but within this Amazon FBA ecosystem. Within a few years, I launched multiple products brands with multiple people. And I actually did exit to, I still own 2 brands partially. We're selling primarily on Amazon, Etsy, and Walmart. But as you can see, I've been involved in niches like bridal pajamas, past repellers, epoxy products, dog supplements. So basically different things because I didn't have a specific business that I would want to focus on. And that was the crucial mistake that you will understand later on. The second business niche and model that I was exploring was the agency. And that was in the time where I lost the money on the maps and before launching my brands, starting to do the freelancing. But of course, because the Amazon FBA was booming at that time, there was a lot of work, and I kind of was a part-time freelancer for a few entrepreneurs that were selling on Amazon, as well as was establishing my own agency, where but before that, me alone, was trying to help companies to launch products on Amazon, even though I failed to do that myself. And I landed to the very unique model for the agency. And this is where the things started to take off. We were buying reviews on Amazon. The pipeline of this business was pretty simple. We were running the ads on the Facebook with a simple static creatives like free product, photo of that product, I want this button. When they click the I want this button, they were going to the messenger because we're targeting the US and this is, the only centralized messenger for the Facebook users. And the messenger was connected to ManyChat on the back end. Now, ManyChat is the platform where you can build automations for Facebook and Instagram primarily, as well as the WhatsApp. It was before the AI chatbot boom. So we were having the static flows with the buttons where people were clicking and saying, yes, I want this product. Then they were giving the instructions and then they were going through the flow step by step. But the idea was that we were actually giving them the free product, but there was a catch, because they needed to buy this product with their own money on Amazon. Then we would refund this money, usually through the PayPal. Then they would post a review on Amazon and we would send them either the gift card or another money on the PayPal. Now, you can say, hey, Eugene, but who would actually fall for this? We were processing about 7,000 to 8,000 reviews per month, thus tens of thousands of people, because a lot of the people didn't believe this. We had a lot of the reviews on our Facebook pages. Now then, once this model started to be more and more popular, we actually transitioned into the upfront payment, where we've been giving people money upfront on the PayPal, then they were buying the product, and of course we were getting scammed a lot, but that was in the business model, losing the money on people who are scamming us, and then for the ones who bought the product, try to get the reviews from them and actually making the money on the back end. And that was a cash cow because businesses were looking for this. It was solving the number one problem for 80% of the Amazon sellers, which is either launching a new brand with a brand new account or launching a new product that doesn't have any reviews. For example, right now, Amazon does have their Vine program where you can submit the product there, and there are trusted reviewers from the Amazon that are posting the reviews. So there are a few things that Amazon added, but at that time there were not that many options, and Vine, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't a thing or wasn't popular at least. So you couldn't really launch the products within a very high demand niches, but because sure, you can ask your friends and family, get 5 to 10 reviews. But if you need the boost, if you need 100, 200, 300, 500 reviews, if you need the purchasing volume to actually boost the keywords, there were, no ways of doing that. So we were kind of the pioneers. Now, I have not created this business model. I was lucky enough to land into this very early. And if you think about this, I had two main options. I had the option where I could use it for my own brand or make money selling this tool to other people. And honestly, I was using it for my own brands, partially. And this is how I managed to launch a lot of them, then sell it to the partners and get some of them going faster. But the majority of the money that I've made, and it was $500,000, I was making through the agency model of selling this as a service to other people. And that was a short-term thinking. Now, you can say that, Eugene, you've made a really good money, and what's the problem with that? The problem is, first, I lost the money on the gambling addiction anyways, within a few years. This is a separate story for the discussion. But I was not thinking from an entrepreneurial long-term perspective. So I was seeing the fact that businesses are actually willing to pay money for the reviews, and let's say they were paying from the $10 to $80 per review. Yeah, 80 per one review, 1 5-star review. And we could do, thousands of these reviews. So there were a lot of money. Businesses were ready to pay for it, to pay the premium, to wait for the service to be delivered. So it was a really great business model from a money-making standpoint. But I could invest everything to build up my brand. I had this enormous tool. I even have the goosebumps because, I don't know. I don't know what I would choose. I don't probably regret that because it led to me being where I am right now. But I had this, if you're not in the Amazon, you do not understand how unbelievably good this tool and this process was. We could launch any product in any niche. And yeah, I was kind of partially investing some money in the resources of my team. We were having the 15 people within the agency to launch the products, but I didn't invest it in full. And the last brand was the soft chews for dogs, which was partially, and still is, partially successful, but I could make it huge. Within this tool, I could make it worth millions. We could get the bestseller on the Amazon if I would invest probably $30,000, $40,000, which is, unbelievable. Then, of course, I saw the guys like Zesty Paws selling their company for $600 million. Now, they were our direct competitor. They were the biggest guys in the niche on Amazon, and they're still selling, I think, but they were the biggest guys in the niche, and they are still selling it. But the exit was huge. Of course, I don't think that we would actually go to this, size, but I would say getting to a 10, 20, 30 million dollars evaluation could be on the table if we would get the best sellers for certain keywords. And I could do that within this tool. But I decided to chase the short-term goal and make the money right now. And then, of course, Amazon started to crack down on the fake reviews with the AI. Even before the AI started to be mainstream, it didn't really work because these were like real accounts. The problem started to pop up where a lot of the people started to do this thing. The market was flooded with these free product offers on the Facebook, and people were scamming us. So the price of the review were going up, up, up. So at the last stages of this agency, the review is costing like $100 and $150 per positive review. And some businesses, especially in the supplements game, were able to pay this type of the money, but it wasn't sustainable. And this is how everything has been ended. So now, within this AI industry that I landed more than 2 years ago, I already started 2 companies. The first one is Quimpal, where we do the custom AI development, usually the backend automations and document reports and processing. It is still rolling. That was the very first company, started with a cold outreach. We're making the money, but I'm not really enjoying the business because everything is pretty custom. And the second company that I started is the One Prompt. That is a lead activation system in a box where we handle the entire lead pipeline from the website visit to the opt-in forms, to the inbound DMs, to the database reactivation campaigns, to everything related, making sure that the lead is properly engaged and converted, both outbound and the inbound. And we do have right now the 3 business models that we're pursuing, the done for you, done with you, and do it yourself. The done for you, this is where we come to the businesses or businesses come to us. We charge $8,000 to $10,000 upfront payment plus $1,000 to $3,000 per month retainers. So this is like a package that we sell to the businesses, also in a box, but we do the fulfillment. And do it yourself, which you probably already heard from some of my videos. This is where you license and white label our system, link in the description, and can resell it to your clients, can build a business around it without focusing on the development. But we also have a done with you where we partner with people. They are still buying our license. We are doing the fulfillment for either them or their clients, and then they do the management. What I'm saying is that this is where I see the money are at right now, because it is a perfect storm. It is not only the AI, but the conversational AI. As you saw, I was in this conversational automation game from the very start, even before the AI, and I was really enjoying creating the conversational experiences with the simple buttons. And now, with all these tools, with the lead activation system that is actually conversational, built to talk to people, leads and prospects, I really enjoy that. I really enjoy doing that on a daily basis. So not only this is a perfect niche for me, but it is within the AI space that is booming and that is here to stay. And the most important factor is that I see that you can build a really sustainable business selling this to other companies. It is not some make money fast, which was our launch process on the Amazon, because everyone knew that the Amazon is going to crack this down, as well as the market will be flooded. So it was, and I understood that this is for the short-term goals, even though I could actually use it as a booster for some of my brands to build and exit companies for multiple millions of dollars. But this is not this thing, because AI here to stay, and we are going to be using it everywhere, both on the consumer side as well as the business side. So what is the big lesson here? I am planning for the long term. I'm not going to create a marketing agency that is powered by the different AI tools, because the media buying is a commoditized service. Unfortunately, of course, if you're delivering the results, you can make a lot of money, but I want to have something productized that I can resell to hundreds of businesses, not focusing on the fulfillment. And this is where our One Prompt system comes in. I am not going to create a stupid AI community that is going to be dead in 1 year. Now, I do have a very strong opinion about AI communities in general, but this is a topic for another day. I'm not going to focus on the HVAC type industry because everyone is going there. The market is flooded with the AI agency owners and automations experts. Not right now, but it's going to be for sure in 1 or 2 years. Now, for those of you who are trying to go to the HVAC or already doing something there, it is an awesome niche. There is a huge amount of possibilities there, huge amount of solutions that they're looking for, from the AI sales point to the receptionist standpoint to the lead generation standpoint with the AI. Of course, you can sell it, you can make a lot of money, and you can build an agency. But this is not for me because, again, I am thinking years ahead. And again, yeah, I'm in the position right now where I can afford of losing the money short term and thinking from the long-term perspective, not only on this type of the exit behavior where you increase the value and capitalization of your company and then potentially sell it. Not only in that, but also from the security standpoint, because I want to make sure that I'm building a business that will feed me and my family for the years to come. And my goal was always to build a sustainable, scalable business. I never had a dream of making $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, $1 million. I usually don't give a shit about it because I want to have the income that will allow me to live the life that I want, that will allow me to reinvest into the business to grow and be sure that it will be here for this year, next year, and the next few years. Of course, the world is moving. In the AI space, no one knows what's going to happen. Plus, there is a geopolitical situation in the world, so it's very hard to predict what's going on. But at least we need to try. And this is my long-term vision. I'm building one system in a box that fixes multiple problems for the businesses that they are willing to pay money for. And this is where our one prompt system comes in, because we are making the businesses more money. We're having it productized in a system that is easily can be deployed and already deployed to tens of different businesses and potentially hundreds of businesses. We don't need to customize it too much based on the use case. And it does make them more money. So it's productized, replicatable, and very scalable. So this is the lesson, guys. Of course, you can be in different positions in your business journey. Don't repeat my mistakes. Focus on the long-term vision, but of course, not forgetting to make money right now to pay your bills. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.